I want to teach people how to protect their energies. How I survived 24 months of satanic ritual abuse, attacks, mental, emotional, physical, you name it. Yeah, they threw it at me by the Masonic Eastern Dark Star death cult that was hired by some in my family, ex friends, some in the community, dirty cops, lawyers, judges, betrayed by all. That's okay. God gave me the fix. So, what I learned, I want to teach. First, there's a prayer at the new message from God, which is over 850 recorded as spoken revelations that explain everything in the universe. Because in order to understand what's going on in our world, you have to understand what's going on in the universe. And so God's given the fix for everything, even the alien intervention program. It only takes 10% of humanity to get rid of that. They have to vocally or mentally demand that they adhere strictly to the Declaration of Human Sovereignty. Yeah, we can do it mentally or vocally. We can get rid of them. And for those that have the little green men, you're opening yourself and your children to abduction. But it's you're uneducated. You don't know these things. This is how they get us. They put these fads out there. The aliens control the globalists. So we, as a race, have to demand that they adhere strictly to the Declaration of Human Sovereignty. We revoke all contracts that their minions put on our race. When worlds reach this stage of evolution, they're given a new message in their language because we're at a critical juncture of humanity's evolution. And when we've reached different points throughout our evolution, God's given a message. This confirms all the other messages. And knowledge is spirit. So stepstoknowledge.com unites the ego with the divine side because we're angelic beings having a human experience. This is why you have that feeling that you can live forever. But where it goes unrecognized, it's guiding us daily, but it goes unrecognized because we're not aware and they don't want you to have this power. No, they don't. You can bet the Illuminati and all of them got eyes on me. Oh, yes, they do. Yeah. But I survived because of my step journey and uniting my ego with my divine side. So, to protect my energies, I smudge my house daily. I put, not every day, but twice a week or maybe, I put salt at my doors. I say the protection prayer. I surround and protect myself with the power, the presence, the grace, the love of God. I call upon the angelic assembly to watch over and protect our mental and our physical space. I recognize this protected mental and physical space as being sacred. And in this sacred place, I give myself to knowledge and stillness where all things can be known. Asinovari Kran, which is step 296. It calls the angelic assembly, your teachers, you have guides, your ancestors to you to protect you. And this prayer stood me fast. There's also, I ran across the other night, I had, pay attention to your inner experiences. Even when I'm speaking, pay attention to your physical and your mental inner experiences. Because this is spirit. This is where you're engaging with your spirit, the spirit side of you, the divine side. I had a niggling in my gut, and what's going on? What do I need to know about this? And if you get an answer right away, it's the ego. But usually knowledge is, it'll give you an answer in a day or two. But I ran across this, and it was, it helped me. It helped me. It's the law of dominion, revoking all contracts. I call upon my higher self and the source of all that is, which is spirit knowledge. I hereby revoke, rescind, and dissolve all agreements, contracts, and entrapments, known and unknown, that I have made with any entities, timelines, or institutions that does not have my absolute highest good as its sole intent. I am a sovereign being of the organic light source knowledge. You are unauthorized. You are evicted. I cut and remove all cords, all roots and tethers, and all feeding tubes to the false matrix. I return all karma that is not mine to its sender. You have no dominion over me. I'm united with them. They can't manipulate me anymore. So higher self tell if you've got energy attached to your energies. You get an energy crash, usually around the same time every day. Could be twilight. You got false synchronicities. You know, when you see 111, 333, well, do they feel peaceful and good? Or do they feel manipulated, confused, or a negative energy to it? Techno mansions, when your technology goes haywire, okay? Chaotic field of electronics. Dream invaders, when you're suppressed in your dreams, muddy, um, you feel frozen. Proxy attack, using others to trigger your wounds. Physical anchor, your solar plex, and that's where I had the niggling. That's a primary feeding tube. That's where they siphon your energy. So once I read this, it was gone. So spiritual apathy. None of this matters. A heavy blanket of indifference. We have to raise our vibrations, our frequencies, because they like to keep us in a low frequency. These energetic manipulation frequency towers, i.e., cell towers, they use to send out scarcity, lack, low vibrations, the low vibration energies, because our, our world has been overridden by the dark. And now everyone's waking up, the Great Awakening. We got to bring the light. We got to balance these energies. Humanity's been controlled and manipulated, suppressed by the negative. That's why the media pumps out fear. They keep you in a low vibration. So we have to raise our frequency, sing, dance, take control over your mind back. Steps to knowledge. God's new message is a revelation for everything. It even has a revelation explaining the voice of revelation because it's recorded as spoken. Man can't change it. Angelic assembly. The meaning of Christmas speaks about Jesus' experience and my experience, what I'm gone through and what I'm experiencing. So these attacks were brutal. October, November 2024, around the clock weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, coordinated attacks. And if I didn't have the ability to step outside of my mind and observe my thoughts, observe my emotions, my inner experiences, I probably wouldn't have survived. And protecting my energies. Um, 36 times you can feel the chi and you wash the energies out. I align my chakras. There's a YouTube 3-minute healing video that each chakra's got 3 minutes that cleans the chakras. So you got your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plex, your sacral, and your root chakra. Most of our wounds come from the root chakra, which is created through the first 10, 12 years of our life. And I imagine roots coming out my feet because I'm not going to go stand on the ground in snow. And I bring in the negative, transmute it. How I healed was when the emotion came up. I'll give you an example. The other night I had all of a sudden there was niggling in my heart, and I get very little now because I've healed so much. And as you heal, I feel a light when I heal that wound, and it gets lighter. And the weight that we have carry all our life, it gets lighter. So resentment came up. So I looked in my heart. Yeah, there's still a bit of resentment there. So then I went back and looked at the generational behavior patterns. I looked at the women in the lineage, both sides, and I saw, yeah, what they experienced, there probably is resentment there. So I grabbed their the resentment from the lineage, the ancestors, my resentment, and I transmuted it down to the middle of Mother Earth to be even transmuted back to healing for the earth, and put light and love back in their hearts and my heart. So this is how I've transmuted anger, all the negative emotions, all the negative emotions. Now, because I'm integrated, my ego is integrated, and the ego loves the inner experiences of the divine self. It doesn't discount them, never doubts them. In fact, it's enraptured by them. All the negative emotions now that I've did the inner healing and united within, they just sit down low. They might pop out, but they don't overtake me. They're not strong. So I can't be controlled, manipulated. One mind now. No negative chatter. It's the greatest gift in the universe, man. I beat myself up all my life. So who knew? But we have to protect our energies. I use crystals, amethyst under my pillow, tiger eyes, protection. I wear protection. God gave me some tools that I'm bringing out to the world that help and neutralize that. My dad, my mom, my grandma were with me. I look at their demonstration. My grandma Hamachek was a strong woman. She, looking at her demonstration, served me well going under these attacks. They want to control humanity, so they keep us in fear. They pump out energies that work against us. They don't want us to have this. Jesus came to teach this. They cut his journey short. The meaning of Christmas speaks of his experience. And, here's the thing, it's in all religions. It's what's going to connect all religions is the pathway to source, God's new message. It's in all of us. What part of you feels that you could live forever? You go back and you look at your gut instincts. What is this power in you that knows you're in danger and can warn you? And the ego recognizes that it's there. It wants to know. And once you start the steps to knowledge and have your own inner experiences of your divine side, which you recognize, the ego is like, it loves it, it trusts it. So as it learns to trust these experiences you have, it integrates. And it was 3 or 4 months ago that it finished integrating the emotional aspect. Wow, that was a big relief because it can't trigger my emotions no more. I'll give you an example. I put out a post about her, and yeah, bang, both my credit cards were compromised. So as I was fixing one card, I got a notification that the other card was compromised too, and I was observing my emotions because pissed off came up. So I looked at it, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm entitled to that emotion. I'm not going to discount it. I looked at it, I felt it, and then I said, I don't have to carry it, and just go through the process and fix it, and I don't have to carry it. So I transmuted it out, release it. So pay attention to your negative emotions. Ask yourself. This is key. Okay, your left hand is the giving hand. Your right hand, right side of your body, is the receiving hand. So knowledge speaks. I get tingles and shivers now. But hairs up in the arm, shivers and tingles, that's a confirmation that something you've heard or somebody said, it's knowledge speaking to knowledge. It's knowledge recognizing it heard something. It's confirmation of your thought, correct thought. And then you've got your gut instinct. Um, so your hands, you can ask your inner self, should I buy this car? You know, the left, the right hand is a no. The left hand is yes. Now you can get wrong answers. It's not a game. So I pay attention to my gut instinct, to my inner experiences as I ask this. Sometimes I'll ask 2 or 3 times. If you don't get an answer, it's no or maybe or rephrase. We also can muscle test. You know, if you can't break your fingers, then that's a yes. Break the, ask that question. So we have these physical responses that work with our divine side that we can utilize to help us navigate the world. It's the greatest gift in the universe. And I'm just a humble student of knowledge. I'm not an alien, not a clone, none of the things they say I am. Um, no, I'm just a student of knowledge. I'm learning more about the divine side now. I know what's going on in the world. I know what the fix is. It's the greatest gift in the universe, and it's in you. You have it. Align your chakras, ground out the negative emotions, unless it's knowledge warning you, your gut's warning you. But what I found was asking the questions when I was being attacked, or the solar plex, the gut instinct, I couldn't, it was agitated. So I couldn't look at that. So I like to ask 2 or 3 times the question. But these are gifts and tools we have that are unrecognized. They don't want you to have this power. They don't want you to be in control of your mind because they can't manipulate it then. And I'm a demonstration. I walk the talk. I'm a demonstration from God that you can reclaim your divinity and they can't manipulate me. They can't control me and they can't overtake me. So, the Masonic Eastern Dark Star Death Cult is freaking out because they threw everything at me. Every spell they could think of, ancient ones, whatever. None of it worked because this is a power that they can't overpower. And they can go get it themselves. They're all watching me, eyes on me. You bet they are. Yeah, you know what? You can't steal my power. You can't harness it. You can't, you know, I'm not something that has to be studied. Go freaking get it yourself. You got it in you. You just have to go do the work. You're not going to get it without doing the work. So when you get negative emotions, what wound is that? Go look at your experiences. You don't have to relive the pain of that. You don't have to relive the emotion of it because knowledge gives, steps to knowledge gives you the ability, the new message gives you the ability of stepping back and observing. It's very important to observe your inner experiences, observe your thoughts, observe your emotions, because you're not caught in them if you're observing them. They would terrorize my mind with spells at night. And I'd be like, oh, why can't I sleep? You know, I need to sleep. But my guides would keep me up. I made tons of videos talking because they couldn't they couldn't target me, reach me. But I could sit back and observe the chaos in my mind, the terrorization of my mind. And she's done this to many. Yes, if she doesn't get her way, she'll run home and spell on people. But her spells no longer work. Her demons are now attacking her. Another way to protect your energy is to envision mirrors facing out on yourself. So anything sent your way gets sent back out to the universe to be transmuted into positive energy. Um, and I would imagine her and others, anyone doing spells on me, mirrors facing in. So anything they send out goes right back on them immediately. Nothing gets out. You can't manipulate. Your mask is off. And I'm here to teach people to take control back so they can't be manipulated, to recognize mental, physical manipulation, energy. We've got to protect our energies. It's extremely important. We need to teach the children this. They're fresh from heaven. We need to teach the children to have boundaries with people, to be discerning, to be alert and aware of their emotions, to teach them the tools to protect themselves. This is what a physical reality looks like, the matrix. This is what it looks like. It's chaotic. It's ever changing. You're always having to adapt, scramble. They want to keep you this way. But God wants you to have your divine side. He's concerned about your soul. He knows without knowledge that you're going to make grievous errors. Those people on low vibrations are at the very, very bottom of separation. And there's a revelation for separation and creation and the origin. They're at the very dregs. But even the demons have to come to the light at some time, because God's plan says that He's reclaiming everybody in the universe. It could take you lifetimes. She's chased me 4 lifetimes. You ain't getting this one this time. You're going down. And your reign's over. But she's controlled by demons. She sold her soul, made a contract with the cult. She's been demonic all her life. She was raised this way. But I gave her a demonstration of, I walk the talk. So I gave her the demonstration of, and she wants that power without doing the inner work. She doesn't want to heal because her wounds are too painful. But you don't have to go relive the pain. They need recognition and acceptance. I recognize that, that's a wound. I accept that wound. I don't have I have to understand the person. Healing relationships gives you a greater understanding and perspective. So you see it from a heaven's point of view. And so you're not caught up in the emotion of seeing it from the wound and the pain. To understand our world, you got to understand how the universe works, how your divine side works, how to protect your energies, how to be aware of them. It makes a big difference. And the craziest thing is every time she spelled on me, every time I healed a wound, I got lighter, lighter. I integrated more and more. So everything she does just keeps elevating me, gaining more wisdom, more discernment, more tools, inner tools. And carry on, idiot. It's just like the craziest story. It was like watching a soap opera of my life being destroyed behind me. Well, I concentrated on healing and fighting off these wounds. I knew I couldn't go there mentally. I had enough work to do, but that's what she wanted me isolated, everything hidden, done on the sly and behind in the judges' chambers, so that I was isolated. She could tell people I was dead. I was sick. I was a whole drunk, everything you could think of. Yeah, I put in for a visa. Yeah, even the cops won't give me that because they're all crooked and they're all involved. But God's fixing this. You watch. I'm God's demonstration. He wouldn't have brought me this far without it. And her reign is over. She, they got life insurance policies on me, eliminators. Yeah, I'm not the first, but I'm going to be the last. You bet your bottom dollar I am. And we, as a race, are going to take back our individual power. You go read Steps to Knowledge, pick out a step, read it. You'll see, you'll have your own inner experiences, your own divine side, experience your divine side. Go look back at it'll stand out to you if you look back throughout your life. Those gut instinct prompts, the divine side protecting you, warning you, when you listen to them, those experiences stand out. You will look back when you understand what knowledge is and how it works. It can't be controlled or manipulated. No, you can only work with it, see how it works with you. Be observant, inner observant, physical, mental. You'll start experiencing your divine side. And it's like nothing you've ever felt before. Well, you have because you have experienced it, but it's unrecognized, right? But the ego loves it. It trusts it totally. It seeks this. This is what the soul seeks. Is this reunion with our divine self. And we search in the world, nothing fills us up. So for momentary, but this is for eons, because you're a divine being having a human experience. You just have to recognize your divine side, and learn how it works for you. I gave you some tools today. They'll help you navigate life, help protect you, teach your children how to protect their energy, to read energy, so that they're not manipulated, validate their emotions when they have them, but they don't have to keep them. They don't have to carry them. But if they've got a wound in their heart, they're hurt by somebody, you teach them to grab that sword out, ground it out, fill the heart with light and love, you know, wash the negativity away. They don't carry it all their lives, and they won't carry these wounds all their life. The heart gets lighter every time you heal a wound, and you transition more. It's the craziest journey, but yeah, I'm on it, and I'm happy. Yeah, none of their energy can touch me now. Oh, it might niggle me, but I immediately transmute it and protect myself. Yeah. And people, when I interact with people, they feel seen because they speak to the soul. Knowledge in me, spirit in me speaks to spirit in you. That's why they have those inner experience. They feel seen, they feel connected somehow. It's because it's the divine in you. And once I pulled my energy back from her, she went crazy. I knew she would go nuts when I kicked her to the curb. But I'm not going to let her blackmail me and play her little games. No, I called her on her games. I called her on her games. I'm not going to play her games. Why? Because once you start playing it, then she's got you. She'll set you up, and then she'll blackmail you and bribe you and manipulate you. And she's got a whole pack of flying monkeys that came after me. And I'm telling you, all the death spells you put on me, yeah, you better start healing. You better start praying. You better stop what you're doing, because God's coming for you all. You're not going to get away with this. No, it has to stop. Yeah. Look at, she outed the little organized crime gang going on in Red Rock, Nipigon, Thunder Bay. She outed the Masons. Yeah, you did a good job. Carry on, idiot. Like, grow up. You're emotionally wounded. Your root chakra, your heart chakra, everything's closed right off because you've now got demons on you. She's not even there anymore. She's just a demon. She doesn't even know who she is because she's worn so many masks all her life. Pretends to be me. Honey, you can never be me in a million years. But you want that. Well, go get it. You're afraid of the work. It's not going to hurt any more than the experience did. Yeah, how can you get off? Like, she's manipulating, doing spells on everybody she's working with, controlling them and laughing at them because she can control them. Don't listen to her. She's a psychopath and she's a lunatic. All she cares about is power, control, money, and one-upping. Win at all costs. Win what? What did you win? You put a competition against me, you beat yourself. I didn't engage. I didn't react. I didn't engage. What part of divine protection, witness, spiritual witness protection program that you don't understand? She's still spelling on everybody every night. So if she comes near you, to those who are going to watch this in Red Rock, never again, put your mirrors up. Put mirrors up on her. You'll soon see through her mask. And 2 years later, she can't get my name out of her mouth, but she was spelling on me the whole time I was at my dad's, these last 6 years. Yeah. Her and another member of my family had planned this. Yeah, they celebrated my dad's death. They high-fived what they did and celebrated and drank what they did to me. The poison didn't work. Your death spells, none of it worked. None of what you did worked. And yet you're still spelling on people, still trying to spell on the courts, and there's no escape. This is fated, this is destined, nobody's escaping. But you can escape by healing and taking accountability for your actions. You're not going to get away with this. No, God's on it. God's on it. My dad's on it. After what you did to my dad, yeah. After what you guys did to my dad, you can bet your bottom dollar that he's on you. And you deserve everything you get because you're too evil. It's beyond my mind to fathom how people can hurt people so bad to get a sense of, I won. What did you win? You destroyed your life. You destroyed your lineage. I don't spell on people. I'm a healer. You can say whatever you want about me, but I walk the talk. You just wear a mask. You're pretending to be Christian and running around trying to destroy people's lives. Like, but she does spells, puts a veil and a fog over people. Do you see how our energy can be manipulated? She can't anymore. She's lost. Her demons are on her now. Put mirrors up all around her when you think of her. Don't let her energy in. Yeah. I think of her out by, you know, Antarctica floundering in the icebergs. Get her energy away. Goodbye. Be very careful. We're manipulated by energies. Energy manipulation frequencies with the towers, right? The cell towers. You can be right beside it and not have a signal. What does that tell you? Protect your energies. Learn how to work with your energy. Have a good day.